G'day, ZiggyD here and welcome back to Monday Musings HD! That's right, we're recording on my brand new camera, which some of you guys may have seen tweeted about on Twitter. And hopefully you guys like the video and audio quality. It's something different. I'm still sort of learning to use it all properly, but you know, I want to improve quality wherever I can. And you know, I really admire especially Force StarCraft Strategies or Force Strategy Gaming's YouTube channel and the way he does his news shows and things like that with a, you know, a good quality camera and things like that. So we invested in this. We're going to be able to use it to take vlogs and things like this, and also take it to events and do interviews and stuff like I did with Paul Wazeka in from Blizzard in Sydney just recently. But basically, I want to first thank you guys for this camera, because you guys got it for me basically through people subscribing on Twitch, donating, and just you guys watching the channel, supporting the channel, telling your friends about the channel, that sort of thing, helping it all grow, and helping sort of income reach a point from that where I had a little bit of extra money we could spend on improving quality. And that's always been the goal. Like, once you can, you know, pay bills and buy food, then the goal is to, you know, try and beyond that, any sort of extra money has always been to like try and improve the channel and the content I make for you guys. So hopefully you guys like it. I think I need to like work on lighting techniques a little bit more, because I've got a bit of shading going on around the eye region, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, guys. This is just the starting. So, Monday Musings is the show where I like to ramble for 10 minutes or so, and occasionally you guys find something interesting within those ramblings, or you get something out of it for yourself. The past couple Monday Musings I've been talking about my New Year's resolution of one new positive habit each month. And month one, I was starting the day with exercises and stretching, and that went pretty well, and I'm still doing that occasionally though, not as often as I'd like to be doing, so that's something I'm going to keep working on. This is always going to be an iterative process, keep working on these things. Month two was doing weights of the evening, and that's something that I've actually been doing probably a bit more than the morning stretches, which I want to try and do both a little bit more anyway. Then month three, I actually decided to, instead of making a new positive habit, I decided to remove an old negative habit, and that was nail biting. So I want to give you guys a bit of an update on that just for now, because I said I would try and share some of the extra things I learned so far, or some of my extra thoughts about it. But it's been going well. I have basically not like chewed on, bitten, or otherwise masticated my fingers for probably, you know, I guess since I started, really. I have managed to sort of replace the habit entirely with basically filing my nails or clipping my nails. Now the result is that my nails, let me just wait for that focus, there we go. My nails are still pretty short and kind of not that great looking, to be honest. But it's an improvement. I'm not chewing them now, so that's a good start. And I think this is the thing, so you can probably see, like, here's a nail file. It's well and truly like used here. And basically, whenever I'm getting that same urge to, like, you know, chew on my fingernails, I'm basically just picking up filing or clipping them or something like that. So they're staying super short, they're not really growing or anything like that. But it's at least removed that habit, replaced it with something a little bit less negative. So that's a good start, I think. I think from now on I need to try and, when I'm getting that urge, try and also deal with the urge. Because the urge comes from something else. It comes from stress, or it comes from, you know, like trying to distract myself or something like that. So I need to try and replace that urge with something else. So I've sort of, I've been like drinking cold water when it happens, and that helps a little bit. But otherwise, like, I think maybe if I'm getting the urge to chew my nails, I should probably stop what I'm doing, get up and take a walk around. So that's what I'm going to be trying now. As I said, this is an iterative process. I know this isn't the month for this thing, but I think it's a good idea to keep working on these things, keep consolidating them. And now that I've removed the habit of at least chewing my nails, when I get that urge to sort of, you know, file my nails as much when they don't actually need filing, I don't want to like file my stubs of my fingers away, then I'm going to get up and maybe take a little bit of a walk around, take a breather or something like that, to sort of, you know, just do that and then see if the urge still remains. It's just something you have to experiment with. I think this is the key to breaking all bad habits. And that sort of segues into my next next month's resolution. This month, we're about halfway through. It's the 15th. We're exactly halfway through. But this month is all about kicking caffeine. Kicking caffeine. Now, you know, a lot of people enjoy their morning coffees or their tea, and I enjoy my cups of tea. But I especially enjoy my Coca-Cola. That's something I've drunk plenty of. Like, years ago, I used to drink lots of coffee, Coke, tea, you know, all those things. Whenever I felt like I needed a bit of a pick-me-up, a bit of extra energy, I'd, you know, drink something caffeinated. You know, it's pretty standard. A lot of people do it. nothing really that inherently wrong with it unless it's a problem for you. And it was definitely a problem for me. Now, I noticed a couple years ago that coffee was starting to make me sick. This was about around the time I met Amy, actually. I noticed that coffee was making me sick. Every time after I had a coffee, I'd get pretty crook, and I'd also have headaches like later in the day as well. So I eventually was able to sort of just stop drinking coffee, and when, you know, we went out for coffees, I'd have a juice or something like that. But I never really kicked the whole Coca-Cola thing. That's the worst thing for me. And I've noticed more and more over time that caffeine has been tied to other problems that I've had. Things like chewing my nails. It aggravates me to chew my nails, it aggravates me to grind my teeth, and it causes me to be more stressed, you know, less energetic in the long term, like energetic when I drink the caffeine, but it's only a short term sort of band-aid thing, and it ended up being a reliance thing. So I've decided it's time to finally kick this. It's just not good for me. It's it's like you sort of reach this balance point where caffeine's not really giving you a pick-me-up like is what you originally intended, and it's just like a balancing thing. And it's like I get to like kind of like mid-afternoon or something like that, you know, I've been, you know, streaming half the day or something like that, and then I'm like, oh man, it's kind of hot, I'm kind of thirsty, I'm kind of unenergetic, I'm feeling a bit flat, you know, a glass of Coke will fix it, a glass of Coke will fix it. But yeah, I don't think that's that good, and I don't think it's very good for me. As I say, you know, it aggravates nail biting and things like that, aggravates stress and stuff like that. So it's something that I want to kick. Now, the solution for this has been pretty simple and successful so far. 15 days in, I literally had an energy drink. I had like a can of Mother or something like that on the 31st or the 30th of last month, the last day of last month. I guess as a final hurrah. That's like bad. I don't know why I did that, but it's like, you know, when smokers are going to give up having one last pack. But I had the one last hurrah. Probably not doing myself any favors there. But it's been 15 days and I have been able to forgo the temptation to have anything caffeinated. And it's been going well. There's been, you know, certainly times where I've felt the urge to, but I've been able to successfully replace that with other things. And it hasn't been without temptation as well. Like, I've been to takeaway, where usually it's a bit of a ritual. You know, when you get takeaway, you get a Coca-Cola in Australia. Or, you know, I went to the movies and didn't get a Pepsi. I ended up getting something non-caffeinated. So it's worked out pretty well. It's worked out pretty well. So the secret has been pretty simple. You guys might be hoping for something a little bit more complicated. But basically, I've replaced it with two things. When I get that urge, I get up, first like, I get up if I can go for a little bit of like a walk, if I am able to take like a few minutes or a minute just to sort of like, you know, walk around, sort of have a bit of a breather, get some fresh oxygen, that helps, that alleviates the feeling of tiredness, because often tiredness comes from the fact that you've just been like, maybe you've been sitting in a stuffy room, maybe you just haven't done anything sort of active and you haven't gotten much oxygen into your system, and that will make you feel sleepy and make you feel like, you know, a Coca-Cola or a coffee or something like that. Then the second thing has been either having cold water, which kind of for me has been like, having a Coke is also not just about the caffeine, but also a cold glass of Coke, so refreshing. So what I've been doing is getting this bottle here. I've got this, doesn't really matter what brand or anything it is, but it's a bottle, and I fill it with water and ice. Yeah, I've been churning, well, Amy's been churning ice in the freezer. Thank you, Amy. But I basically just chunk a bunch of ice cubes in there, and then I have this like cold water to drink. And that, you know, helps like with the dehydration. Like, drinking a lot more water has helped me feel less like caffeine. And because it's like same as oxygen, you know, being dehydrated can make you feel tired as well. So that would often lead to drinking Coke, which doesn't really actually rehydrate you all that much, and then you end up drinking more Coke and it doesn't really actually do anything. But having water has helped a lot there. And then the other thing has been having juice. So I've tried to incorporate more juice into my diet, you know, sort of sticking to like, you know, 1-2 glasses of juice a day, because it's not something you want to overdo as well. But if I'm feeling like I really am lacking in energy, if like drinking some water, having a bit of a breather doesn't help, then having some juice has actually been really helpful, because, you know, that stuff's loaded with like, you know, natural sugars and stuff like that, carbohydrates. It is actually like nature's energy drink after all, and having like an apple juice or an orange juice or something like that has been very helpful actually. So basically, I'm pretty much now just drinking water and juice, because soda for me has never been a big thing. It's mostly been about the caffeine. Like, I've only really drunk soda as a transportation vessel for caffeine, my caffeine addiction. And, you know, I've had some like mild headaches and stuff trying to kick the caffeine, but drinking lots of water and stuff like that has actually helped, like, kind of, I thought it was going to be worse. I thought it was going to be worse, but it's actually sort of helped balance that out a fair bit. So it's been pretty well. I'm gonna keep working on this and I'll keep you guys updated as well. But that's my basic strategy, is just replace it with getting some air and some water, some cold water for like that cold feeling, and juice if I am really lacking in energy. So I'll have some water. If after 5-10 minutes I'm still feeling a bit flat, then maybe I'll have a glass of juice, and that will help, you know, be a bit of a pick-me-up as well. And otherwise, you can also, if you guys are still struggling with like the energy feeling, one of the best things you can do, this is like a tip I discovered actually ages ago, unrelated to this, but is get some cold water and use like a stick mixer or a blender or something, and just blend up water and a banana. It sounds pretty gross, but it's actually pretty nice. It kind of just tastes like a banana smoothie. But with cold water and maybe even some ice if you have a good blender, that actually is like the most efficient and fastest energy kick I've ever like discovered. It's like your body digests like bananas super quickly, and blended up bananas in water, it's like you get energy from it like within 5 minutes. It like pretty much just goes straight down and gets absorbed like instantly. Like it's awesome. It's a sick energy kick. So I might try and do that some as well, and that helps with the dehydration and everything as well. So I'm going to keep working on the nails and things like that. I know some of you guys have been doing it as well. Let me know how you're going with it, what techniques you've found, especially if you've found ways to sort of like combat the urge, because that's my big problem at the moment. And maybe some of you guys are interested in kicking caffeine, or maybe you have kicked caffeine in the past. And I'm going to keep working on it. Let me know how you guys are going. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.